Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. If you're new here, if you're not new, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back. I feel like I look like Wendy from Wendy's. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. But anyways, we just had a great day. Went to lunch, worked out, did a long ass workout, and I thought I'd come home before we go to dinner and before I get ready for dinner really, and I would film a video for y'all. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all over those places, all over all social media. I am at CCsuarez. All over. I also have a podcast called Down a Rabbit Hole Podcast with CCsuarez. You can listen to that across all places where you get your podcast or on YouTube as well. I have a playlist for it on there. Real quick, make sure that you are subscribed. Quickly check that, please. And if you would like to be notified when I upload, click that bell button, Thanks. That's how you can remain truly spicy, be spicy, stay spoily, whatever you want to do. However you want to be, you can do that by subscribing. Okay, so we have heard a lot about the Impact Project recently. That is CCsuarez. It's a team within CCsuarez, and it's just really creepy and I don't like it. So we are going to watch a video essentially of a girl leaving Monat, moving to the Impact Project, and we're just going to be talking about that. So a lot of people from Monat have left to go over to CCsuarez. A lot of people from Young Living have left to go over to CCsuarez. Then also a bunch of them have gone to Modere as well. And then, as we know, not a lot, but a good amount of one team, WFABB, went over to from Monat to iGenius, which is dumb. All of it is, let's be honest. But we're going to watch this because I feel like we need to talk more about different MLMs and really break down how it's all the same. Doesn't matter if you move from one to another. Okay, let's get into it.
All right, guys. So here we go. I am going to be diving into why I left Monat and why I started the Impact Project and what the Impact Project is. So to be honest with you, I'm a little scared. Confrontation is not my thing, but this is not meant to be a bash Monat video. So if anyone is offended, please know that that is not my intention. I am just trying to be real and honest with my experience with the company, which isn't to say everyone has had this experience. Okay, this is my personal experience and some of the things that I didn't agree with or that I personally struggled with and ultimately came to my decision to leave Monat and join the Impact Project.
Okay, first, one thing that I just want to say, and maybe other people, like it seems obvious what I'm about to say, but I don't know, I just feel like when we watch these things, we're so used to now seeing people on MLMs make a video and be like, oh, this is why I, left this and went to this. And I can understand from like a content creator like side to that too. Yes, they market themselves on the internet. Yes, they create content on the internet. Okay, isn't everyone a content creator in that case then? Which we know is not the case, but let's just call it being an influencer instead. They're not influencers. They are salespeople for multi-level marketing companies. That does not make you an influencer. So I just think it's so strange when they make videos that are essentially why they left one job and went to another, or stopped working for one company and went to another. Like, would you ever do that? No, you wouldn't. Like, it's just so strange. But then again, from like an influencer side, I could kind of see, explaining your disassociation from, another creator, or from a company, or from, something you were partnered with or something you were involved with. I can understand that, but that's not what this is. So I don't know. I think it's strange to see these types of things happen and then us to be like, oh, this is normal, when in fact it's not. Also, I have my little notebook here. It's from Kittenish. It's real cute. It says busy as shit. And then I have some real good stickers on the back that a couple of y'all sent me. This is all from the same person, and then that's from someone else, but I thought they were really cute, so I wanted to put them on here. So there's that. And then also interesting that she hasn't said CCsuarez yet. She just keeps saying the Impact Project. And she said why I started the Impact Project. It's like, I'm pretty sure you didn't start it. Pretty sure you didn't start that team. Real weird.
So to get started, what is the Impact Project? Okay, the Impact Project is a collective of leaders in the industry who wanted to see more people win, wanted more sustainability, wanted more community. Just basically, we wanted more. And when I say that, I'm telling you guys, there are people on the team. There are a couple girls in
Okay. If you've been around for a while, when I get my notebook, it is When I grab my notebooks and my favorite pens, which one of y'all sent me a pack of these, and I think that's so sweet. Thank you. I have far too many of them. Please don't send me any more. But I appreciate it. So she just said a collective of leaders in the industry. That's not really what it is though, because when you say a collective of leaders in the industry, okay, what industry? Network marketing. Okay, so that makes it sound like it's a group of like top ranking distributors from different MLMs, like industry wide, but that's not what it is. It's a team within CCsuarez. That's all it is. And she's saying they wanted more. They wanted to see more people win. But CCsuarez is all about recruiting. All about recruiting. Does not matter. I'm not even joking. All about recruiting. If you can meet your own PV volume requirement, whatever, every month, if you can meet that quota every month, and I swear to God, it's someone's in my comment section being like, it's not called a quota. It means the same thing. It's a synonym. It's a synonym bun. So what was I saying? So it's all about recruiting. That's it. That's literally it. That's why a bunch of them have gone over there and they're just stacking. They just are getting people right under them. And some people there are making a good amount of money, but it's all about recruiting and it's not sustainable at all. It is a pyramid scheme. It is crazy. So she has still not said CCsuarez, and we're a minute in, which is interesting. And then she also has, I don't want to say not told the truth, but has been misleading this far, because you don't leave an MLM when you're making a bunch of money and because you want to see a bunch of people win below you. That's not it. You leave an MLM because you're not making any money and your team isn't doing well, or just you aren't doing well. So you up and leave to another MLM. You left Monat because you weren't making the money you wanted to. That's it.
There's a couple girls that made the jump from Monat who were actually making over six figures a year in Monat. They had the caddy, they had the team, they had the big ranks, the big titles, and they jumped over. There are people in the Impact Project who were making 6 figures a year trading, and they made the jump. There are pro athletes in the Impact Project. There are creators. There are so many people on different walks of life in this community, which honestly to me is what makes it really, really special. With that being said, though, I'm just going to bring up a couple topics and do kind of like a compare and contrast with you guys, because I think that's going to be the easiest way for me to get through this without ranting for hours, because I could do that. But
okay, but that doesn't validate the MLM. There are also celebrities, content creators, influencers, YouTubers, the hairstylists, athletes, like there are famous people as well in Monat. They're in every MLM. There typically are. So that doesn't matter. Again, if you are doing so well, you wouldn't be moving over. You want more money. You're being selfish. You don't want to have these personal volume requirements and group volume requirements like you do in Monat or in iGenius or anything like that. Also, it's interesting that she says they made this much money trading. When you're in iGenius or IM Academy or any type of other trading MLM or financial MLM, you are not making that money from actually doing the thing, investing, that the service that platform that you are selling teaches you how to do. That's not how you're making money. You're making money by recruiting people, and that's it.
One of the things is the sustainability. This was a really big one for me, guys. And what I mean by sustainability is comparing the compensation plans. Monat did have a very generous bonus program, which meaning when you hit a rank, you got a pretty big bonus. And while that was great, you only got that bonus once. So if you maintained that rank every month, you still only got that bonus your first month that you hit it. If you lost the rank and re-ranked again, it doesn't matter. You don't get that bonus again. So basically after your bonus, you were living on commissions. And we know with commissions, like every paycheck is different. Every month looks different. It is dependent on so many different variables. And that was really stressful for me because I couldn't always plan. There were times when I thought, oh, I'm going to get like $1,800 this month and my paycheck was not even $1,000. And it never made sense to me. And I never fully understood where some of the money was coming from, because there are multiple different little ways to make money in the compensation plan. But for me, it just wasn't sustainable. With the Impact Project, the compensation plan is actually created by a company called CCsuarez. So Impact Project is our team name within this brand that we have partnered with. So the compensation, all the products run through CCsuarez, which was actually created by 2 times Pro Bowl, I think he was also in the Super Bowl, but Mark Wilson, he was a quarterback.
Okay, so this is strange because she's making it sound like the Impact Project is its own MLM, and it's not. How I see the Impact Project is, first of all, it is just a team within CCsuarez. That's it. So we are 3.5 minutes into this video now, and she's just now mentioning CCsuarez. Very weird. But it's kind of like how the Empire, Jesse Lee Ward's team, on the whatchamacallit, on Improve It or WFAB, how they are partnered with iGenius. Like, no, you work for them. That's what you're doing. So it's really strange when they try to separate it so much. Or what's that other one? Like Lifestyle Movement or the Breakaway Movement. That one's with Kangan. And it's just very, very misleading.
In the NFL, and he partnered with a couple different doctors to create this new innovative type of like health and wellness products, which are really, really cool. If you guys want to check them out, definitely recommend. But with the sustainability aspect, the Q compensation plan actually offers monthly set pay. So that's on top of your commissions. When you hit a rank, you get a bonus, but that bonus is your monthly set pay. So
he didn't partner with them to create the products. Like, the products were already made, and then essentially he just signed on to get it going. And that can happen a lot of times. It's just so weird to me. So if you want to watch a deep dive on the origins of CCsuarez, go watch my CCsuarez deep dive, because that shit's crazy. The people who started it and started like the first product that really like got it going, they don't sell that product anymore, allegedly, even though they've like reformulated it and it's like, or just like rebranded it or repackaged it. It's so weird.
Let's say you hit the second rank and you get a $250 bonus. If you maintain that rank, you're guaranteed $250 on your paycheck. So for me, that was really cool, because that was one of the biggest things that always stressed me out with Monet, was not entirely knowing what my paychecks were going to be. I mean, you can try to do the math, but there was always a little variable. You were never totally right. So that was one of things. The other thing was the Cadillac. So when I initially started Monet, I started because my hair was crap, my skin was crap, and I was broke. And while I will never hate on the products, because they really help my hair and they really help my skin, they're amazing. The Cadillac and Monet, it was always something that was talked about.
Okay, first and foremost, she's saying the sustainability, monthly set pay, that's great and everything. Listen, I've said more times than I'd like to even have said it, but when it comes to a compensation plan within an MLM, take out the scam aspect, okay? If we're just looking at the compensation plan, yes, I've said multiple times that CCsuarez does have one of, if not the best compensation plan for multi-level marketing companies. But if you're looking at all the turds, the best turd is still a turd, okay? So you're recruiting people, and that's it. Have you heard any of these girls talk about products? No, it's just recruiting people. That's all it is. And I even say that in my deep dive of it. And if you want to learn more about all that, again, please go watch that deep dive. I say it multiple times in that video. I was so confused every time I would interview one of like the top ranking people there. And I obviously like went undercover and did it, because they weren't going to talk to me if they knew who I was. And every single time I talked to them, every single time like they broke something down for me, or, they showed me their like internal thing with their downline. Crazy. It's all about recruiting. And I was so confused. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So you're able to take care of your sales requirement buy your own auto ship that you commit to when you sign up, and then your GV, your group volume quota every month, can be taken care of by your downlines, like personal auto ship. So I was like, so if you don't have to sell any products, you can just take care of that by your own auto ship and what you're purchasing. Then it's just about recruiting. Like, I was so confused about it. And still to this day, I'm like, how is this company still around?
In a way where if you had the Cadillac, it was almost like a status in the company. There were special groups you could be in if you had the Cadillac. There was a lot of recognition for the girls with the Cadillac. And what a lot of people don't understand is when they get that Cadillac, it's not necessarily a good thing, in a sense where if you maintain that rank that you hit to get the Cadillac, the company will pay you $500 a month. However, if you don't maintain that rank, that $500 is now something that you have to pay for and be able to afford. On top of that, you have to qualify for the lease to get the Cadillac. You have to have the car insurance. You have to make sure that you're doing all the upkeep and work that it takes to keep the car good, running healthy. But there was just a lot of things like that. Like, what if you get in a car accident? And I don't know. We're going to leave it there. There was just a lot of things about that I was not excited about. I had people ask me, so like, you're one rank away from the Cadillac. And I would be like, yeah, but I'm not going to take it. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because I have a car that runs fine and I paid it off. Okay, so that's just one thing. With Q, rather than doing a car program, they have a debt payoff program. And for me, as someone that has student loans and has struggled with credit card debt in the past, that really spoke to me, because rather than giving you something, a material item, they're giving you the opportunity.
You can tell how nervous she is because she keeps touching her hair. At least I think so. Because there's nothing wrong with her hair. Like, she's not... Like, for instance, mine keeps like curling up and looking like crazy. So, I mean, I'm touching my hair too. So I guess that's maybe not a good thing to point out, but I don't know. She's just like, I feel like she's super nervous talking about this. And it's so interesting because you hear all of them say, oh my God, it's just so great. And oh my gosh, you get this and that and this. And it's like, okay, but then once you jump ship to another MLM, you're going to be actually telling the truth about how this MLM actually isn't that great. So how can anyone trust what you're saying about this new MLM, especially when you haven't even been in it that long? It's very weird. And what do you know? She just said everything about the car program in MLMs, that, especially in Monat, that we talk about all the time. It's not a good thing. It's not good. I need to do something about this hair.
To be debt free. And so with the debt payoff program, when you hit a rank in the company, you get to choose any debt that you have, and the company, not out of your paycheck, but the company will donate an extra $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $800, whatever rank you're at, towards that debt, so that you can be debt free. And that's one of the big goals in Q and the Impact Project, is financial freedom. So when we all talk about, yeah, we have the financial freedom because we work online, but like, do you really have the financial freedom, or is that time freedom, you know? And so that was a big thing for me too, being someone who has student loans. I was like, I would love to have something donated towards these every single month on top of the payments that I'm making, so that I can get these paid off faster. Another thing was the expectations and the...
Okay, so bless you. Goodness. So that aspect of that is awesome. That's great. However, it still counts as a bonus for them, or rather it still counts as income for them. So they're still paying taxes on it. I really hope that within their like financial literacy program or their debt program or whatever, because I know they do have like consultation calls that they can do like with people. I really hope that they are teaching them, about like taxes when you do something like this, and you need to save for this and that. And I just really hope that they're doing that, because a lot of times people in MLMs get in a lot of trouble when it comes around to tax time.
Pressure between the two companies. So with Monat, if you don't know, I started Monat in December of 2019, and
it's not a donation. It's a bonus. It's absolutely not a donation.
I left December of 2021. Within those 2 years, I stayed at AMM, which is the rank right before the Cadillac. I hit that in April of 2020, and I never ranked up again. With that being said, in Monet, you cannot rank up unless your team ranks up. And that's just kind of how it is. And there was a lot of pressure put on us to rank up, and just a lot of things that I didn't agree with in the way that it came to pressuring and pulling the girls under you to hit a rank so that you could rank up. I was like, I don't want to push people to do things that they don't want to do because I need them to.
That's how every MLM is. That's how every company is. And she can't, you can't even say that, oh, well, it's not like that in this company, because it is. It is. That's how every MLM is. It's multi-level. And if you just have 40 people at the base rank under you, that's not how that works. So I really hope she doesn't say that.
Do it so that I benefit. It never rubbed me right. And you can ask a lot of my downline. Rarely ever did I ever message anybody to be like, you need to hit this rank. Like, we need to do this. You need to do this. I would basically reach out to them and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, how's your month going? Like, do you need help with anything? Because I just never believed in pushing people to hit a goal because I needed to hit my goal. If I can't hit my goal myself, then like maybe I'm in the wrong place. And so with that being said, with Q, there's no expectations to rank up. If you want to put in the work and rank up, go for it. But your mentor is not depictedly successful off of your success. And I always thought that was really cool because you're never being pressured to be more or do more than you think you are capable of. And while there's always going to be someone to encourage you or maybe show you a different light, the way you're looking at things that could help you feel like or want to do more, there's no pressure and there's no one barking down you.
So I think what she's referring to right now is, without saying it, is how in Monat you can't do stacking. Can't. People do still. But then in CCsuarez, that's all you do. So you need, I believe it's 2 people directly under you. Yeah, so there's like 2 people directly under you, and then you just put someone else under them. So every time you have, let's do this, okay? So there's me, and then I have 2, can you even see that? Yeah, you can, okay. And then you have 2 people, and obviously each of them have 2 people. Then each of them have 2 people, right? But now if I recruit another person, it's not going to go here. It's not going to go on that same level. I'm going to put it on the next level that there is. Now, same with this person. If they recruit another person, it's not going to go right under them. It's going to go down here. Now, if this person recruits someone, down here. If this one, right? So it's just going to keep going and going and going and going. Forever and ever. So I'm not building out this way. I'm not making my team wide. I'm making it long. And that's the thing though, is that they say, oh, it's so sustainable. But when something's based on recruiting, it's not sustainable because you can only recruit so many people in the world. There's not an unlimited amount of people in the world. You can't recruit everyone. You can't do that.
8 hours of the day telling you what to do in that sort of aspect. And with that being said, in Monet, when it came to the end of the month and there was a lot of people stressed out because they weren't going to hit their ranks because their team wasn't hitting their ranks, I cannot tell you the amount of times I saw in the group chat girls being like, I stayed up all night messaging people. I sent out 500 messages. I forgot to eat today. I woke up and never moved from where I was. And there'd be so many other people messaging back, that's dedication, girl. That is hustle. Like, good for you. Go boo-boo. And I'm over here sitting like, are we really glorifying this? Are we glorifying people not taking care of themselves for the state of hustle? Like, it just never sat well with me. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to get a little heated. But within the Impact Project, it's not like that. And it's just not like that. Not at all. The number one thing that we tell people is like, your mental health matters. Like, how you feel about yourself is going to be extremely obvious in how you're treating people, how you're talking to people, the content that you're posting, the way you show up. So if you need to take a day away, take the day away. nap all day, watch Netflix. I don't care, because you as a human being are more important than the rank. You are like, your mental health is never more the rank you are trying to achieve is never more important than your mental health. Let's see what else we got here. Have my little note sheet next to me. Another thing here is the back office management. So Monat did have a very good back office, but one of the things with their customer program was this thing called flex ships. And basically, a customer either had to log into their back office and push their flex ship if they did not want to get charged, or they would get charged for products at least once every 60 days. The way I was introduced to Monat, I was basically told to manage all of my clients' flex ships, which doesn't seem like a big deal until you realize you are literally manually going into every single person's back office and pushing these flex ships for them. And when you have 20, 30 VIPs, it's not a huge deal. But at one point, I had over 100. And that just became so time consuming for me to be managing all of these other people's accounts while still trying to grow my business, while still trying to run a team, while still showing up to the 2-3 calls every single night, still trying to be active in the group chats, all while having another full-time job. It was just, for me, it was just too much. And the fact that these people were dependent on me to get this done, or they would get charged, that was usually the stuff I did first. And there were times when I would push it, the system would glitch, these people would still get charged. And there was just tons of things like that, that it really weighed heavy on my heart, because I could not imagine if me 2 years ago, I bought products and I knew that I only had $23 in my checking account, and here Monat's pulling out 112. Like, that would piss me off, that would stress me out, and it just hurt me that it was happening to people. And so with Q, they have the thing called an auto ship. However, you have the option to just turn it off, which to me was really cool. I was like, you can just turn this stuff off? Like, you don't have to worry about it. That's great. But also, there's no like minimum amount that you need to be qualified to like get the shipment. In Monat, it was a minimum of $84. And so there was a lot of times where people were like, hey, I really like just want a shampoo. Can I do that? And I'd be like, no, I can't process that as your flex ship because it's not $84 or more. And so it just wasn't always very conducive to people that were struggling financially.
Okay, here's the thing. Monat now is testing out like what it's like to have people just turn off their flex ship. Flex ship and auto ship is the same thing. It's the same exact thing. I don't know why they act like it's not. It's the same exact thing. Some places, yes, you can turn off your auto ship. You can cancel your auto ship. And like with that's not right. Like with I always use this as an example because it's like the most recent auto ship I've gotten. But Chewy, the like dog or pet thing, I just canceled that, because now we're getting his food from the vet instead, and it's just easier. But yeah, I got, emails from them all the time, like, hey, this is coming up, blah, blah. But the crazy thing is that they don't let their VIP clients like manage those accounts themselves, because they're taught to not let them manage it themselves, which is so dumb. Why would you not, like, she was just saying that this was creating like so much stress for her, and it's like, why would you not just let the person handle it themselves? That makes absolutely no sense at all. Like, what are you doing? So weird. Oh my god, so dumb.
Which to me was just odd, because we were always posting it as a way for people to have more finances. And so it just, things like that, it just didn't always rub right with me. But the Impact Project, some of the really cool things about it that have stood out to me is, one, the community, because there are men and women in this company on just so many different walks of life and so many different places and chapters. And
I 1,000,000% agree with that. I 1,000,000% agree with that. And I knew I was going to agree with her on a lot of stuff, but the flex ship with Monat is so crazy. It's so much money. And I just, Yeah. I mean, y'all know how I feel about Monat in general. I think it's garbage and their flagship stuff is so dumb. And really everything about it. Why is there a cancellation fee? Why don't you let your customers handle it themselves? Like, what are you doing?
And it's just really eye-opening to see all of these different people coming to a collective to see people win. And on the topic of winning in the Impact Project, I have seen more people win in 2 months than, for me personally, I saw in Monat in 2 years. And that is insane to me. Like, absolutely insane, because it's just the way the community is and the way the compensation plan is made out. It was created to encourage your success in whatever realm you look at success in, if that makes sense. Whatever you envision your success being, like, there's a way to do that in the Q compensation plan. Additionally, the monthly set pay. The monthly set pay was huge for me because I just need to be able to count on that money. Like, if I know I put in the work and this is what my paycheck should look at.
It might be insane to you, but you should also see that as a red flag. That absolutely should be a red flag to you. I feel like I look like I'm in Lord of the Rings right now. Where's my bow and arrow? I like how I instantly go to, like, I look like Legolas instead of like one of the like elf princess queen people. That's
look like. If it's more because of the commissions, then great, but it's never going to be less. And that was huge for me. The debt payoff program was huge for me.
It is just because it's about recruiting. That's it. That's literally it.
And I forgot to mention, with the debt payoff program, you also get a free financial advisor. So you have someone who you can literally go to for anything. If you want to start investing, if you're like, what's the fastest way to pay off my credit card? Like, how do I get my mortgage down? Like, whatever. They answer so many questions. They are so helpful. And I'm so grateful for their guidance, especially us being in, maybe I shouldn't say us, I'm in my 20s, people in their 20s. I know you can relate to that. Like, there are so many days where you're like, what should I be doing with this money? Should I have a 401k? Should I be investing? Like, what am I doing? And they're just really helpful with all that stuff, which is great. And then another
Okay, so yes, all that's great. But the question is, how do you get there? By recruiting people. Like, you have to recruit. That's all this is about. And they have to be okay with buying those products every month. Or if you can actually sell like $100 to $200 worth of CCsuarez products a month. I doubt you'll be able to do that. But like, it's so frustrating that she hasn't even said anything about recruiting yet. I don't like it. Again, if you want to know more about the compensation plan, how the company started, please go watch that CCsuarez video. I'm very proud of that video. The thing is, like, deep dives don't get views right away, like reaction videos or, these more like scandalous, like drama, like clickbait videos. Not saying my videos are clickbait. They're not. What I say, I would never clickbait a video, because that in turn, like, kind of insinuates that it's fake. It's not fake. These bitches doing this, right? So, but these types of, shock and awe videos and the reaction videos, and like, they're funny, and I get that. They do really, really, really well right away, which is awesome. That pays the bills. If a video is a slow burn, as people in the industry call it, if it's a slow burn, it's not really going to make much money at all. However, having an arsenal of deep dive videos in those videos really, 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 one, makes me happy and I love it. But two, I really just think it helps overall, and obviously helps more people. And then, they can start with a deep dive video for whatever MLM, they were in or are thinking of joining. And then they can go to like a top fails or a reaction video of a opportunity type IG live or whatever this is. Like this one. So more deep dives coming, but with all the things I'm working on and funding myself, got to make sure that I put out like videos that will be making a lot of money. It's just, business things. Okay, let's continue. Ugh, it's all recruiting. Watch that video, please.
Thing is the products. While Monat products always made me like outwardly feel pretty, the Q products make me feel good from the inside out, which for me was huge, because obviously in Monat, I was getting so burnt out. Like, I had so much inflammation. I was stressed. I had chronic neck pain, just like the list goes on. And after about 1 month of taking the Q supplements, I was like, holy shit, I feel like a new person. Like I just felt so good. And I was like, it wasn't hard to wake up in the mornings anymore. I wasn't waking up 12 times a night anymore. It was just, so I could go into a whole different video on that. So I'm going to save you from that. But it's just better, guys. Like, it's just different. And while I loved Monet, there was a lot of aspects I obviously didn't agree with. I am grateful for all of the people I met. I am grateful for Monet helping me cultivate this new version of myself. I am grateful for all of the mentorship and the things that I learned. I'm grateful that I was essentially forced, but grateful to have been pushed out of my comfort zone. And a lot of good things I can say about Monet. However, I can say all of those things about Q2 and then so much more. So at the end of the day, that's why I joined the Impact Project. I wanted to see more people winning. I wanted to see less burnout. I wanted to see less toxic hustle culture that was glorified. And I just truly wanted to see people happy with what they were doing. And not to say that people in Monet weren't happy, but I would say I had many more negative combos than I had positive ones. And that will just always weigh heavy on my heart. So if this video didn't answer your questions, or maybe it created more questions, you can DM me, guys. I'm an open book. I'm not gonna shit on Monet.
Could you imagine getting on your Instagram live and being like, hi guys, I just put in my 2 weeks notice and accepted a job offer for with another company. Like, why do people need to know that? They don't. This is just for her to, and listen, she could be the nicest girl ever. She seems and looks like a nice girl. And I think she's making very valid points. However, and I don't think that she, is trying to be malicious, but knowingly or unknowingly putting up this video because you know that there were people who were hesitant to go from Monat, and it's not called Monet, my girl. Learn how to say the company name. Monat, or actually Monat. Modern Nature. Monat. There we go. Okay. So with that, she's playing the comparison game and saying essentially like, yeah, it's okay. That has this, that, and this, but this one's way better, and putting that out there so that like, it's not for your downline. This is strictly for people who are still with the other MLM and you want them to come over to yours. So it's a good sales tactic, but I can't get, there are way better aspects of CCsuarez, but I think that it's even worse of an MLM because it's just about recruiting and that's it. And also just the way it started, ugh, disgusting. They are going to make so many health claims and it's just not good.
But I am just going to tell you how my experience was and the things that I had to overcome or was not able to overcome, and ultimately what led me to choose the Impact Project and the people that are associated with this organization. So if you're still with me, thank you. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I mean it, if you have more questions, whether you're in Monet or not, don't worry, it's between you and me, but I hope you guys find all of the happiness and success in any road that you choose to take in life.
Listen, she seems like a real nice girl. That baby's cute as shit. But having said that, yeah, don't join the Impact Project. Don't join CCsuarez. Again, multi-level marketing in general. I mean, they can say all day long, it's different, it's different, it's different. It's just more of the same. That's all it is. Just more of the same. Still a cult, still a commercial cult. Some people and some teams might be better than others. I mean, that girl seems really nice, but there are also not great people in it. And just the way the company works is not good. I mean, that's one thing I have been watching this girl in Monat who is hilarious. Like, I fucking love this girl. I forgot what I think it's French fries and fairy tales, I think is what her Instagram is. And she's so cute and she's so funny and just real. And I love that. And I guess she called out Christina Smallwood for like being rude and just a vile human. And Christina Smallwood being one of the top people in Monat, but just so good. But then it broke my heart watching her Instagram stories because she was like, oh my gosh, like, no, I know I'm called to do more and I'm going to start a new team and it's going to be called like the 99 or something like that. And it's because, I don't know, one of Jesus's people lost one sheep and he left 99 of them together to go find the one sheep. And then all the sheep were happy. And it's like, it's really ironic that you're referring to yourself as sheep right now. It's like in The Office. Of course, The Office. It's like that scene from The Office when Michael goes, I got a big box. Yes, I do. I got a big box. How about you? And then Erin repeats it. And then she like goes to Oscar to do it. And he goes, I don't think you know what you're saying. That's what I kept thinking when I was watching all of her Instagram stories. But it's really unfortunate when you see such good people in MLMs. And there are great people in MLMs. They're the sweetest people. Some of the hardest working people ever can be in an MLM. Just because you are in an MLM doesn't make you dumb. It doesn't make you rude. It doesn't make you a fucking bitch. It doesn't make you a manipulator. It doesn't make you a predator. But again, they hurt people, and knowingly or unknowingly, like I always say, if you are recruiting someone into an MLM, yeah, you are manipulating them. There's no way you could show someone everything and be 1,000,000% transparent with them and they would still sign up. No, that's why we need the FTC to include multi-level marketing companies, great segue, into the opportunity rule. So that means that like gig work, like Uber, DoorDash, things like that, basically essentially like 1099 gig work, including MLMs. When you are in an MLM and you're about to be recruited, the person recruiting you and the company itself would have to provide all of this information to you and make sure that you read it. Not only the income disclosure statement, but you would have to hear from the person's downline. You would have to hear, like references and things like that. And everything would be laid out in front of you so that you can actually make that informed decision for yourself. And you're not just being told rainbows and butterflies and eating farts. I said that wrong. So that it's not all just eating farts and not eating farts. Why do I keep saying that? Chelsea, be serious. Oh my God. So that way it's not just all eating rainbows and shedding butterflies. Okay, so please go to www.mlmchange.org so that you can tell the FTC what's what. Your voice matters, your comments matter. Please go to mlmchange.org and see how you can make a difference. I would really appreciate that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. And stay spicy, not sploy. You can be sploy if you want to. I know a lot of y'all like that. Comment stay sploy down below if you made it this far. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. I am going to go tinkle. Not that you need to know that, but I'm going to go do that. And then I guess start getting ready for date night. And then maybe I'll film another video while I'm getting ready for date night. All right. Goodbye. You're valuable. You're amazing. Your feelings are valid. And whatever you're going through, it's temporary. And you're the bomb. Okay. Bye.